The only thing interesting about her is she can pull 7 little men. You know, like that's you can barely even pull one. Like,
I know.
can you think of having 7 little people
No.
everywhere you go?
No, I
What
cannot.
Snopey, Dopey, I don't even know their names. Like I can't even tell you all 7.
Grumpy,
That
sleepy.
don't call yourself that.
No, I'm calling you that.
It's the Pop Report. So juicy.
Papa has half a voice.
You're alive.
Don't know. Don't. Somehow did a Vegas bender on a weekday, made it back 45 minutes before this podcast, and it's just all come over me. Like rain on me, tsunami. I feel everything because Vegas doesn't sleep. Neither do I. Neither does work. So that is my entrance for today.
How was Vegas?
Oh my God. Welcome back to the Pop Report. Let me tell you about all things Vegas. Vegas, I was there for an Adobe Tech conference because why not? Covering things for work. And they're like, we'll cover your housing. We'll cover like food, like transportation. I'm like, work. Cool. So what did we see? Thunder Down Under.
Oh.
And there was quite the fucking thunder. Like these men, you think on the weekday that the C team, the B team are there? No, they have the A team there every goddamn day. There were cheeks, there were thighs, there were nipples out, there were women getting thrusted. Like,
Wow.
I highly tend, if there's anything you want to learn out of this podcast right out the gate, you can hear, number one, how tired I am. I think I'm getting sick, number one. Number two, I think I lost my voice partway through from how many people I talked to and screaming at Thunder Down Under. One thing to take away from this podcast, go to Thunder Down Under. It's $80.
Okay.
It is $80, and they run on your table and everything. No drinks on the table, no phones, so the girls can do whatever. There is an orgasm contest.
What?
They pick 3 girls from the audience, and they get them on stage and have them fake the best orgasm. Let me tell you, the women from Missouri, they know what to do.
Wow.
Yeah, so Excalibur, sponsor this. Let us know.
I mean, wow.
I mean, it was no Chippendales.
But it sounds still pretty, like,
It was
hot
up
and
there.
heavy.
Yeah, I mean, we all had a hoot and holler. We went to the spa in Vegas, and we were like, the spa was mid. Compared to that, the worthwhile experience for our money, 10 out of 10. Send the boys there. Send the girls. We saw the security guard, and he's like, you're going to Thunder Down Under? I was like, darn tootin' we are. Darn tootin'. Like, there were straight men there, us group of gays. Every time one of the dancers would come by on our table running through, he just like, yeah, I'd be high five. I was like, no, that's not what we're here for. Shake your ass. And I will say, the man at Thunder Down Under, who was the host, at the end, he did his own little like strip, and he came and stood next to me. I will never forget. He just goes, smack it. I was ready.
His dick? His ass?
His left cheek.
Oh.
I stamped it like it was my man on a good weekend, and he showed his ass to the entire audience at the end of his little number. His entire left cheek red, like, and we were at least 30 feet away, and all the audience was like, ooh, and I was like, that was me. That was me in my wind up, and that's why they don't let the gay boys or the men near the dancers, probably.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what are you up
Sounds
to?
like quite the eventful time, though.
I know.
I've just been working away, trying to keep up with Blake and Ryan Reynolds this week. They've been quite busy in the headlines.
I know. They're in our hot headline. Before we get to that, I am sure you'd be interested to read some of our comments from our lovely people who listen to the podcast, because I thought you'd enjoy one that I pulled up, because I'm sure you've been feeling this a lot, Mr. Zachary. If you haven't subscribed to the Pop Report, give it a second. Whatever Toyota Sienna you're in on your way to work, whatever, Toyota Prius, Toyota family car, take a second, pull over, hit the button, or on YouTube, wherever you're at. But we have a comment from Germinator on Spotify, and I'll read this aloud. This person says, it's getting painful to listen to the way Andy talks down to Zack. I only listen because I love listening to Zack. You have a very lovely person here for you. Andy goes against everything he says and talks down to him like he's a peasant. Today was a hard one to get through. Yes,
Peasant.
medieval time peasant.
Were you at Excalibur? Is that where the inspiration was pulled from?
Oh. I was like, what's do you feel talked down to on a daily basis by me?
No. When do you ever feel like I feel like you're talking down to me? Anytime you ever talk down to me, you know I come right back swinging.
Yeah, that last episode we had a good little 2 minute and we were like back at it, back to whatever. You just have this funny thing where you like say something, then we have to go back to that and be like, okay, who said what? Okay, well, and then we go, okay, apologize, it's fine. But yeah, no, I mean, we love the Spotify comments, we love the Apple reviews. If you love to leave a comment, if you dare to leave a dastardly comment from the medieval times, let us know because we'll be here.
We will be here every
And
week, twice a week.
Some people may not be because they're looking to be dismissed, but that's a whole nother story.
Well, someone that is hoping to get dismissed legally, at least,
Two.
is Blake Lively.
Two people at this point. Like,
Well, Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, Leslie Sloan, the New York Times.
I'd like to be dismissed at this point. If we can all get a dismissal,
Well, you know who really wants to be dismissed, though?
Blake.
Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah.
But it doesn't look like she has that luxury, which is probably why we now see all of these motions to dismiss that are coming out. So Justin Baldoni and the Wayfair parties are trying to sue Blake Lively. They have this $4 million lawsuit against Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, Leslie Sloan, their publicist, and the New York Times for this, collusion, this defamation collusion case. And this week we saw Ryan Reynolds, who filed his motion to dismiss. And so what that means, because a lot of people are like, what? Like Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are dismissing their lawsuit? Are they giving up the legal battle? So no, they're filing a motion to dismiss Justin's lawsuit against them. So Blake is suing them and they're suing Blake and all these other people right back. So it's two lawsuits that are at each other. They're hoping the judge will dismiss Baldoni and Wayfair's case against them. That's what these motions to dismiss are. With the motion to dismiss, though, we also have these motions to stay discovery. So why is that important?
Love legal phrases.
So-
Lay it on me.
So basically, the judge ruled that the next phase that happens is discovery, which means everyone's going to have to start to go through all the evidence. Text messages, emails, depositions are going to happen.
Timelines.
Exactly. Taylor Swift is likely going to be pulled into this, and they have a deadline to get all the depositions done before August 14th. So all of this is what's supposed to be happening from here until August, is the depositions and the beginning of the fact discovery. Now, these motions to dismiss also come with a motion to stay discovery, which means they're saying, Judge, we don't want to move into discovery until you decide on whether or not we all deserve to be in this lawsuit or whether you're going to dismiss us from this lawsuit. Now, it's very standard to file a motion to dismiss, and nobody ever really gets this. Like, it's very rare that you're granted a motion to dismiss ahead of the lawsuit, right?
You
Like,
want
have
to know
strong
something that's
grounds.
great before we get into the rest of that? I was watching so much SVU in Vegas in my downtime in the hotel room, so I feel like I'm just ready for this like segment.
Yes. So they basically, long story short, is they're trying to delay the legal process. They're trying to delay discovery is what it seems like they're doing. They're trying to do all these legal filings with the attempt to just kind of delay the process. Now it's starting to look like, well, why would they want to delay that? What benefit does Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have to delay this? Even if it's the fact that they're afraid of what's going to come out in discovery, like it's going to come out eventually. So why are they trying to delay this? Well, interestingly, one, we have another Simple Favor that's going to be premiering soon. So people are thinking maybe that's part of the reason is they don't want anything to come out that could hinder another Simple Favor. But I feel like at this point, the
It's
damage
out.
that
I feel
another,
like
it's done.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that you can do to save it. However, there's another piece, which is Ryan Reynolds' company, which is about to go public, which they're thinking they want to make sure nothing negative comes out about Ryan Reynolds in this
That's about to
discovery.
IPO. That is a nerve-wracking. This ain't no Mint Mobile. This is a public discovery. We're now on
Yes.
discovery for Ryan Reynolds is really what it's at. But I know you're gonna get this in a minute. The other thing is we are in discovery, in motion, and people have brought up this dismissal, and it's like the fact that there's a dismissal happening in court. is usually like, okay, we have options. We have you either plead guilty or we go for like looking to be dismissed to try to make it go away, and maybe that'll happen. But they're trying to find some sort of plea and the, let's call it the extreme, where there's no smoking gun. Like if you have a smoking gun, you're not going to sit here and say we want to be dismissed. And so the first try is dismissal. Then you say, okay, let's just plead guilty or settle. And that's the last bit. If you have a strong case, like we've been saying and hearing in the press over and over again, you're like, okay, if Blake's team has all the proof and everything that will come out, why are we asking for it to be dismissed?
Right.
That's the real other factor you have to sit in with here.
Yeah, it's like, what's if they have such a strong case and they can prove this case, then why not just get into it? Like, what's the point of delaying the process? Now, the only difference with pleading guilty or settling is this is a civil lawsuit. It's not criminal, so you wouldn't plead guilty. You're not innocent or guilty. That's ultimately, it's more of you be found liable should the jury make that decision down the line with the trial. But in this case, their options are you either get dismissed or you settle. Or this, if you or not, or it moves forward and it moves to trial. And so, but you are right that like there's no reason to delay the process if you have a really strong case. Like if the evidence is on your side, what are you afraid of?
What I'm afraid of the men at the Excalibur from Thunder Down Under coming after me after what I said earlier. Yeah, that's the part where I'm like, two different dismissals. If you think one person's going to get dismissed, the other person probably won't. And then you have Hugh Jackman, you have like Taylor, you have all these other people who are going to get brought in who are going to have to speak on some behalf. So everyone's like, let's push. Maybe it's because of releases. Maybe it's because Taylor has reputation. Who knows? But all these theories go around of people saying, okay, well, the further this gets delayed, the more everyone can work on whatever is anticipated for them for the rest of this year.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, it's going to come out at some point. Like, you can delay. And usually you delay, like, this type of tactic works when you're trying to deplete the resources of the other party, right? You delay.
Swamp.
Yeah, so that you can make sure you're draining all their money to where it's just way too expensive for them to keep fighting. However, in this case, Justin Baldoni and the Wayfarer parties have Steve Sorowitz that is a multi-billionaire that has made it clear that they're going to fight this to the end because he has money that he can just piss down the drain if he wants to. Resources and money are not an issue for them, so the only other reason they would be delaying is because they either are looking for a smoking gun or they just really don't have a strong enough case to move forward at this point.
And it may take some time. But
we'll see.
Girl
Hootin'
count
and
one.
hollering.
Hootin' and hollering up the wazoo, and we will see what happens with that. But in some other, I guess, like, let's call it legal news, in our music news, our pause or play, it's not listening to music, it's will we ever get the music? And if we don't get the music, are you going to find it online like in Eminem's case? So I have been keeping up with this lately.
The Kardashians?
No, kind of, not maybe. So I know you're a big Eminem fan. I remember when we've been in the studio a few times. You remember a few songs. This has been coming up. This is from AP. I'm going to read this, a little bit of it. But Eminem's former studio manager has been charged with stealing unreleased music and selling it online. And if we talk about legal, this is a federal offense, which I was like, federality? How? When I think of music, I don't think of federal offenses.
Okay.
But go with it. So this studio engineer was charged on Wednesday with stealing a lot of music. So investigators have said that 25 songs have been played or distributed somehow, some way. Don't know. Doesn't say. But they've been put somewhere on the internet. And so Interscope Capital Labels, which owns Eminem's music, is basically like, the fuck? Like, what happened? So Eminem lives not in Los Angeles, not like us who are poor and we have to be here because we have to. We can't afford to go elsewhere. We need to work. He lives in Ferndale, which is a Detroit suburb.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. So there's a man named Joseph Strange. He lives in Michigan. He was charged with this criminal complaint with a copyright infringement and interstate transportation of stolen goods. He lost his job at Eminem's studio in 2021, as far as we know. He could face up to 15 years in prison if he's convicted on both of these counts. Now, here comes the interesting part. So his attorney said that he is a dedicated father to the music industry. He calls the charges like untested allegations. And I'm like, girl, if they have you, they have you. Like, just let us know. But they basically said, we're going to handle this in the courtroom, kind of like the other legal shit we see. And this is where studio employees reported theft to the FBI. Don't know how Eminem and the FBI got together. Like, that's where it's at. This was in January. Like, we're now in March. They said the unreleased music was still in development and was played on various websites. Some of them, like Reddit and YouTube. Others, maybe Black Market. Who knows? Have you ever bought anything in the Black Market? Have you been in the Black Market?
If we're talking music, I used to love LimeWire.
Is that considered the dark web?
It was, I think, right?
It had like
I
a
don't
dark
know.
skin to it. I don't know. You had Frostwire, LimeWire. Okay.
BearShare.
Who?
Share Bear, something like that.
That sounds scary. Anyway. So a review showed that someone transferred files from a hard drive. It was from an external hard drive in 2019 and in 2020 when this man was a studio engineer. So everyone's like, okay, timelines, screenshots, receipts. But basically, there were people who bought this. And a Canadian resident who used the name Doja Rat. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Doja Rat. He told investigators, he's like, yeah.
Doja Rat? Like Doja Cat?
Yeah. Don't know why.
Okay.
Choose a better screen name, but sure. He purchased 25 unreleased songs from Strange, he's claiming, for $50,000 in Bitcoin.
Interesting.
Right? I'm like, why Bitcoin? Like, this also sounds like fake. It sounds like a fake story.
It all sounds, like sketchy and fake.
So he says he raised the money from like a group of fans, and he was trying to also sell some like Eminem lyrics, I guess. But other fans were also like, yeah, I also bought some for $1,000. So I don't know if anybody got like scammed or like what happened, but yeah, this is a federal offense. Federal offense. I don't know if we also saying that we downloaded music from LimeWire is a federal offense or what, but like that's what it is. But this hard drive has 12,000 audio files. So this is as far as we know. If we have a bombshell investigation one day, Eminem has thousands of songs that were downloaded and bought by fans, then so be it. But that's your music news, and it's kind of our legal power hour, I feel like, today.
I mean, do we think he's gonna win?
Do we think he did it? What would you do? If you were a studio manager and an engineer who's recorded songs with Eminem and you have his handwritten lyrics and he's given it up and he's put it in the trash or something of the sort, would you put him out?
I don't know. It seems a little
FBI,
shady.
come investigate Mr. Zach Repeater. He is undoubtedly looking to make money off Eminem's catalog.
It seems a little shady.
It's a little slim shady. Yeah.
A little slim shady.
I don't think he's going to win.
No.
I don't know. It's someone's going to have a smoking gun in this one.
Yeah. Well, should we move into our more general news? Because we have a lot of headlines.
I know.
Are you excited for the release of Snow White?
No, I think I said this last time. It's been 2 days. I thought about it. I sat again, and I'm like, I haven't even watched a lot of other Disney titles on my Disney Plus because I don't remember last time I logged into Disney Plus.
Well, this isn't Disney Plus. This is in theaters.
I can't even tell you the last time I went to a theater. So putting those two things together, this is not a good equation.
Rachel Zegler has come under fire quite a bit in recent years, and originally she wasn't doing any press to promote this film. Obviously, it seems the projections look really, really bad, and it looks like Disney's going to lose a lot of money on this film. However, Rachel Zegler just appeared on Good Morning America,
The
and
only place she'll probably
she
be.
yeah, and it appears that she has backtracked her remarks about Snow White because originally she's been very critical of Snow White. She didn't like Snow White.
She said she saw it once.
She saw it once, and it creeped her out, and she felt like the prince was a stalker, and it scared her, and she didn't like it, and all of this stuff. Well, this very PR interview because just the line of questioning, and then it literally has her surrounded with all these young girls wearing Snow White dresses, and suddenly Rachel Zegler has all these anecdotes of how much she loves Disney movies, and she watched Disney growing up, and she really loves Snow White, and like her whole tone towards Snow White completely changed. I'm like, well, wait, but Rachel, you did say that this was going to be a reimagined version of Snow White, and she's like, I did say that it's going to be a reimagined version of Snow White. Because Snow White, she leads with her heart. And I think that's the core of the story now. And I'm just like, okay, we put her through some serious media training.
Put her through the ringer. Honestly, she's been through the ringer also. Even when she got announced for this, like the set photos that came out and more, like her and Miss Gal Gadot going at it. We only have, again, like 1 or 2 photos of them together. So I feel like it gonna be what it gonna be. And I don't know what that is, but it's not gonna be a good number.
It's going to be a flop, like a hard flop for this film. I just don't think many people are interested in it. I think they're trying very hard to save face. I think, her PR in the past has definitely been a disaster. I mean, listen, she looked lovely. Her glam in this interview looked very good.
Was lovely.
She looked very polished. She looked very, royal, regal.
Very Meghan Markle, yes.
Not Meghan Markle.
You almost said royal.
Well, she wishes. She left that life. But I mean, I don't know if this is going to help. Like polishing her up, I don't think it's like putting lipstick on a pig. At this point, it's too far gone.
I'd love to see them reimagine Snow White because she is the most boring Disney princess. The only thing interesting about her is she can pull 7 little men. Like that's you can barely even pull one. Like
I know.
Can you think of having 7 little people?
No.
Everywhere you go.
No, I cannot.
Snopey, Dopey. I don't even know their names. Like I can't even tell you all 7.
Grumpy, Sleepy.
Don't call yourself that.
No, I'm calling you that. Grumpy, Sleepy, Dopey, Happy, Bashful.
You got it. You keep on.
Who's
Poosh? Did you say Poosh?
No, I said who's the
Well, that was your 10 seconds of fame.
Oh, I missed Doc and Sneezy. Those are the 2
Doc?
that
We're docking?
Doc, Grumpy, Happy, Sleepy, Bashful, Sneezy, and Dopey. So I missed Sneezy and Doc. I forgot about Doc. He's the leader.
They were all emotions, but Dopey is an emotion.
This isn't Inside Out.
I have business hours. I love that reimagined clip they did with Gabby. Amaze. Also, quick general news: Anthony and Dylan Efron together. Hot. Thank God. I got a text. Some mutual of ours said, you need to start dressing your boyfriend like this. Exactly like this. And I was like, great. Cool. Noted. But speaking of Poosh, I know we have other news to get to as well.
Poosh.
Because Poosh adjacent, Cybertruck adjacent, Kim Kardashian, I know that you have a story in here about her.
Yeah, so we were talking about how Kanye was ranting and raving. Well, our next 2 stories are off of the heels of the Kanye West Twitter rant, X rant.
Giving him airtime.
But so it appears, so we now know that Kanye was having a visitation with North when he had her, belt out some bars for this new song that we now know involved Diddy. I've also heard that Diddy wasn't even aware that Kanye was recording their phone call and was unaware of the fact that Kanye was going to release a song with his voice in it from this phone call.
Oh, fun. I feel like this is a theme that's happened through and through again.
Yeah, so I guess while North was at the studio, and she was, rapping in studio with Kanye, Kim got wind that the Tate brothers were on their way to the studio with Kanye as
Yeah.
well. And so she immediately, I'm assuming that this was likely like some sort of security person that reached out to Kim, because security has to be like aware of what people are coming into which locations and like who's interacting with the kids. And there are certain security clearances that I know she's really mindful of. So I'm assuming someone on the security list was like, oh, the Tate brothers are coming into the studio, just giving you a heads up. And she immediately made sure that North was pulled out before the Tate brothers got there, because obviously the Tate brothers are in their own controversy. And so after North was taken out, then that's when they went into this emergency mediation, which is where we found out about the song, and then we found out about the trademark of the kids' names.
Ugh,
And so it's
it's
just one big hot mess.
domino after domino. Kim was like, "Let me be a good mother and protect my child, not once, but twice." And she's like,
Well,
"There's probably a third layer in this."
what's interesting is I find this story interesting
it.
because what?
I said, "Hit it." I know you're biting your lip.
No, only because it just feels like a convenient leak of this Tate Brothers story coming off of the heels of Kanye tweeting and accusing the Kardashians of trafficking. Like, obviously, I don't believe his allegations, but I feel like they intentionally made sure that this story with the Tate brothers went out there to be like, to deflect from what his allegations are, to be like, well, look, he's actually with people that have legitimately been accused of trafficking, you know, and to associate him with that
Mhm.
world, to take the heat off of them being part of that world. Not that I think that they are, you know, pimping out the kids the way that he claims. Like, I just thought that his allegations were so preposterous, but it just did feel like this was a very Kris Jenner strategic story plant of like, well, listen, here's the real scoop, and Kanye is really the one that hangs out with these types of people.
You know, it's convenient because the Tate brothers are here. For those who may not know,
Yeah.
Andrew Tate, big brother,
And Tristan Tate?
and Tristan Tate,
Yeah.
um, they began to become big in the 2016s. TLDR, Andrew basically tweeted that women should bear responsibility for being sexually assaulted. That got a lot of pickup, a lot of statements about women. But yeah, in 2022, this, whole sex trafficking thing came up as a issue and seized and
In
raids
Russia,
happened
right?
in Romania.
Romania.
And so because a travel ban was lifted, they were able to come to the US, and their, I believe, attorney said, we only wanted to come to the US because we felt great because Donald Trump is president, we feel safe. And so everyone was like, what? What?
Yeah.
And even Ron DeSantis was like, they're here.
Yeah.
They are not welcome here. So when you have
Yeah.
Ron DeSantis saying, girl, bye,
Yeah.
it's a little bit of a rough sign for you. But they're supposed to go back to Romania for this prosecution charge in the next month. So just because their travel restriction is lifted for a brief moment, they're going to go back and really see what they're going to have on them. But they raided everything to make sure they gathered evidence. It was cars. It was just like, I don't know why they took everything, but they took everything to just see what really operation they've had going on.
Yeah.
Nuts ton of money. I think it's like fuck you money meets fuck you money. And it's like $1 billion about to go down in an elevator again, or in a recording studio. So
Yeah. I mean, again, how they even like, they just need
how
to go
they ended
back.
up together, Kanye's phone number with their phone number, who knows? Don't know. Google Maps, don't know. They said drop the pin, come here. Maybe they met separately. Maybe they came in. I don't know. Kim's
Yeah.
Cybertruck.
But I mean, listen, Kim, good on Kim for shutting that down. I mean, like, but also, and so now it looks like she's going to be fighting for sole custody of the kids, because it's like, not only did you put North on this song that's connected to Diddy, but then you're also going to put her in the same vicinity. Like, it's one thing if Kanye wants to be crazy and sell his merch and do any wackadoodle crap he wants to do, but to involve the kids and then to taint the kids' image and reputation in the involvement of all of this is just ridiculous, you know? And then, I mean, his tweet rampage went
Rantaid, like limeade.
I was trying to say tirade and rampage at the same time, but that then continued on to go and he had started attacking Jay-Z and Beyonce, and then even took it a step further to attack their kids. Did you see this?
He's like after everybody's children at this point. Like
He said, I mean, I
a
want to be
lot.
mindful of how I even say this, but he said that
These
there's a
were
reason
nuts. These were nuts.
there's a reason we don't see Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids, and that's because he used the R word, but
Yeah.
what's another, like mentally
Mentally not there.
disabled
Yes.
is what he was alluding to. That, and he said, well, this is what happens when you do artificial insemination. You have, children that are mentally disabled, but he used the R word, children that are mentally disabled, even through, it's a choice because they did artificial insemination. And so he just waged all these attacks. And right now there are rumors that Beyonce and Jay-Z may take legal action against them. But so it also appears Tina Knowles kind of spoke out.
Tina loves to just get on social,
She really does.
give a little
And
like
get
or two and
messy.
say I got hacked. But
She's always getting hacked.
this time, tell her Jade.
But so she ended up posting a video, and she was like, I'm on the set of my photo shoot for my book today, and I wanted to tell you a corny joke. And it was a very corny joke. What was the joke?
Oh, you can't.
It was
Iconic
about
joke.
I'm trying to remember what the joke. I'm pulling up.
Yeah, you got it.
I don't remember. The joke was something about like, how do you take down a snowman? You melt him, or something dumb like that. It was like a really dumb, corny joke.
Okay.
And I don't remember what the joke was off the top of my head.
But everyone thought it was about this.
But no. Her caption is what people think was alluding to this, because she just said that, amid all of the ignorance and evil right now, you have to stay positive, and it's hard to stay positive. It's hard to remain positive and classy in the face of ignorance and evil. But I know that no weapon formed against me or my family shall prosper. So
I
she
love
started
a
quoting
sub
Bible
post.
verses.
I love a sub post. It's like you think this is about you. You want to be thought of. You want to be thinking that this is me taking time for you. But it's like, bitch, it can be about anybody. It can be, but like, call it what you want. Tina's probably like, this could be about the tour. This could be about Kanye. This could be about, I don't know, Kelly Rowland. It could be about anything. So
rolling. How many more shots into your rolling?
how many Cocos can we get is the real question. I'm really trying to segue out of this, but those are really hard stories to segue out of. We're on to our watch or skip. That's the only way I can think of just going. Coco 2. Coco 2.
Oh.
Did you watch the original Coco?
No. Yes, I think I did.
Miguel?
Yes, I did.
Un Poco Loco.
Coco, and what was the other one? I actually watched Coco. Watched Coco on a date.
Oh my God.
No, this guy that we had gone on a few dates, and then I'd watched Coco, and we went on a few dates and we're having a good time, but he got me into Coco, because Coco's We Don't Talk About Bruno, right?
Silencio Bruno?
Isn't that We Don't Talk?
I don't think that's that.
Oh, that's Encanto. Sorry, I mixed up
like,
movies.
What are you racism here? No.
So maybe I didn't see Coco then.
Yeah, I was
yes,
like,
I
I don't
did.
know.
Oh yeah, with the skeleton, and it was the skulls. Yes.
Day of the Dead?
Yes.
I'm really
I
in
did
touch with your
remember
culture.
Coco, but I was confusing it with Encanto. Encanto was the guy with the date, but he doesn't talk to me anymore.
Okay, I assumed that much because I wasn't told about this. Coco 2, I love how Disney's like, we need your attention now. It's 2029. The release date is 2029.
2029.
We are in 2025. They really said, we are coming back for Day of the Dead in a few years. Now, the original was in 2017. Don't know who said 12-year situation. It's kind of like The Incredibles when they're like, you know what? They deserve a second one. And it was like a long ass time. And we all said, we're still with it. We want another. But this original won over $800 million. So like, I don't disagree with them of like, should we make another? We should make another.
But
why this far in
long?
advance? I would have been like, cool, I get it. But
I
it's
don't.
It's still in the initial stages. Bob Iger was like, shareholder meeting. We're gonna tell him. We're gonna tell him. I guess it's to just really get the Disney stock up.
I guess, but like shit.
I guess, but shit, like dream guest on my Disney show, Coco.
Well, that's exciting. I also saw that we're getting a sequel to Vanderpump Villa on Hulu.
Oh yeah, I saw Miss Stassi is like randomly coming back. In my opinion, like I didn't expect this. I don't think anybody did. And I think that's why it's being talked about.
Well, I mean, it was announced that she was coming back for the second season, but it kind of just seemed like Stassi was going to have like a cameo role,
Right.
which is what my understanding of it was. Now, Stassi does have a new show that's coming out on Hulu, her own show, her own. It's called a docu-comedy, so it's going to be like slash reality, like part reality slash comedy. That's like semi-scripted, I'm assuming. But so they released the new trailer for Vanderpump Villa, which is Lisa Vanderpump's new show. Season 2, and Stassi apparently is going to be in it like for a bit, like throughout the whole summer.
Yeah.
It's unclear what
Keeping an eye.
Stassi's. It's unclear what her role is going to be in the film necessarily. Like I don't really understand what she's doing there, but I understand like Hulu's trying to do a collab to promote her new spinoff. But then also we have the Mormon wives that are on this as well.
Oh my
They're
God, it's been a
doing
minute for both of these shows.
the Mom Talk is going to be doing a vacation. It seems like it's more than one episode that they're going to be on. So it's interesting that we have Stassi and the Mormon Wives, both who have other shows outside of Vanderpump Villa. So it kind of seems like Hulu's just trying to do one big YouTuber collab with all their different shows.
One big YouTuber collab.
This reminds me of Disney Channel. Remember when they would be like, "That's So
Sweet
Raven"
Life
and
of-
"Sweet Life" and Hannah Montana crossover.
It was fun. When you were a child and that was
Yeah.
like a new concept, it was cool. Now in the 2010s, we're like, oh, I've seen a collab before.
Yeah, it's like the super sweet life of Raven, of Hannah Montana. Like, yeah, it was. They would always do those fun like crossovers, and this is one big giant crossover with the Mom Talk Mormon Wives and Stassi and Vanderpump Villa. Doesn't understand how. I mean, the Mom Talk moms, I guess, make sense because like they're at least coming on vacation in the villa. Stassi's role in this is very confusing. I don't understand what her role in it is.
We also have a Meet the Parents 4, which is confusing.
What?
I don't know why. We said we needed another
What?
one. That's been like another one, another one, another one.
What?
Yeah.
No way. That's exciting. A 4? Did we have a 3? It was Meet the Parents, Meet the Fockers. What was the third one?
Can't tell you. It's been a minute. The original came out in 2000.
I remember that.
So this,
Oh, Little Fockers. Because I was like, wait, there was one
yes,
about the
I was
kids.
like,
So it was Meet the Parents, then it was Meet the Fockers, and then it was Little Fockers.
Little
I
Fockers,
remember Little Fockers
2010s.
because
Yes.
yeah, that was based off of the kids.
Um,
So what's this
It's-
new one?
it right now that's all we know. That John Hamburg, who wrote the script, who was also on Me Time, is in talks to direct, and it has the original stars Robert De Niro, Ben Stiller, Terry Polo, Blythe Danner. They're all coming back, but no plot details. We just know it's coming back.
No, do we have a name? It's just we
It
don't
just
have a
says
name yet.
Meet the Parents 4. We don't have a name. We don't have, it's like that's their holding title probably. But as far as other stuff, we have a new series called Four Seasons with Tina Fey, Coleman Domingo, Will Forte, and more for Netflix. It gets its first release teaser, and it's based on the 1981 Alan Alda movie of the same name. 3 couples, they go on vacations, and they get a bombshell that one of them is divorcing. So it was a big bidding war, and Netflix got it in the end. So interesting to see Tina Fey doing more trip movie TV series. Like, I don't know, Wine Country was fun. Like that was a really fun little vacation vibe. But I'm interested to see this with a couples involved.
Interesting.
Well, should we go back into some legal news, because I feel like I kind of got bored for a second with all this other news.
We
and
do
I
have a
feel like
lot
it's-
of legal news this.
I
this
know. I'm
episode.
kidding. I'm not bored. I don't want to hear any more, but you have more.
Hailey Bieber. Have you heard these conspiracy theories on TikTok?
You love a conspiracy theory. Like,
do.
I feel like you love a theory. You love a
I
specialty.
don't. I will say I don't agree with this one.
I didn't say you have to agree with it. You love looking into them, though.
So have you seen this one though? The Hailey
No,
Bieber. Okay. So
the Hailey
right
Bieber
now,
smoothie is not real fruit and real
no,
ingredients from
no.
your
So
one.
no, this one's wild. And so now Hailey Bieber's team is considering taking legal action against it, which I don't know how you take legal action against a
Hair
bunch of
one? Oh,
TikTokers,
oh,
like just
TikTokers. What?
viral moments. So on TikTok, there are these theories that are going around that Hailey Bieber essentially was preparing, she was on the hunt down after Justin Bieber. She wanted to like lock him down. And they're saying that she was trying to become like a single white female and she was essentially trying to become Selena Gomez. And
Mm.
so they pull all of these clips of Selena Gomez saying certain things and telling certain stories and then
Oh,
they
and she
have
has the same exact
Haley
thing.
saying the exact same things. And so they're saying
I've seen
she
those.
yes. So that's what this is about. So they're saying that, Haley was kind of preying on Justin and was using Selena and like trying to act like Selena in order to, get Justin or
Can you
land him or
imagine
something.
if that theory is true to go as far as get pregnant, have a child, live with the man? That's a commitment.
That is a full commitment. But I mean, if you're aiming for Bieber, then you're going to go all the way. You're going
Might
to
as well
get the
fuck
anchor
him.
baby and all. Um, Yeah, I don't know if I believe. I've seen the comparisons, but I also feel like the comparisons of like what Selena says and what Haley has said, at least in the videos that I've seen, just seem like fairly innocuous, right? Like Selena Gomez says "coinky dink," and then Hailey Bieber says "coinky dink," but I'm like, but "coinky dink" is like a very commonly used phrase. Like anybody, like
Hmm.
if I say "coinky dink," does that mean I'm copying Selena Gomez too?
Does that mean
Like
I
I just feel
actually
like
want to say it? Because I don't want to say that phrase.
it's very
I
not
know I say
that.
some out there shit like swell and whatnot. You make fun of me, but like I'm not saying Twinkie.
Swalla
They played that at Thunder Down Under, and it was great.
la la la.
I watched all the girls from Kansas just lose their shit.
Mm.
I was like banging on the table.
Banging. I love it.
Do you think that they're really gonna take legal action against these girls?
No, I don't think so. I don't think they can. Like, who are they gonna go after?
The coinky dinks of it all, you know?
I think they're just saying this to hopefully shut it down so people will stop making videos about it. But who are they gonna sue? Like, it's dumb. And as we learned in Ryan Reynolds' motion to dismiss, you're allowed to have an opinion, and you can't be sued for just having an opinion.
Get it, girl. Have that
That's my
opinion.
opinion.
That's my opinion. And that's the end of this podcast. Full stop.
Ta-da.
Did you know we're at 80 episodes?
80 already. Wow, we're
I know,
approaching
80 for
100.
Brady. The fuck happens when we turn 100? We go
shut
back
it
to the
down.
bourbon room. Oh,
No, the bourbon room's gone.
they closed?
They're on a temporary pause.
That means I've heard that. The pregnant pause, temporary pause. What that mean? What that mouth do? How did you find this out? What's this news? This isn't our rundown.
Well, because we're planning my next tour, and I would want to do a show at the Bourbon Room, and then I found out the Bourbon Room is on pause at the moment as they're working out their new buy. Somebody's like going to buy the Bourbon Room, but the sale hasn't been finalized, and we'll
Make
see
a
if
club.
the sale is finalized or what.
Make it a club.
A club.
Club. Another club. I would fucking dance up in there.
The club. In the club. We all fam.
We all know it is the Bourbon Room, or maybe not anymore. Well, plan that tour. Maybe not stop at the Bourbon Room.
Boom. I guess no, it doesn't look like I'm doing a show at the Bourbon Room.
I guess we're not doing shit for 100 episodes then.
We'll see.
Yeah. Wow. Well, obviously for the Pop Report, you leave a review. You find out wherever you are in your Toyota Prius, Toyota Sienna. You hit that button, smash that like, smash that man who lives across the street from you. And we'll see you soon, question mark.
Next week.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everyone. See you soon.
Bye.
Well, oh my God, you made it this far in the episode. First of all, thank you so much. Second of all,
Subscribe.
yeah,
What are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button.
wherever you are, just do the damn thing.
Yeah, I don't care if you're on the bus, if you're on a Tinder date, just hit the subscribe button right now. Show us some love. That way the next episode is fresh in your inbox.
And we'll see you soon.